Uh, a tough game, honestly. I gotta watch it again, but the feeling on the bench was like very transitional, something that obviously we didn't want. We know that they were very dangerous on transition, so we wanted to be a little bit closer to each other, especially to keep the ball, to have a good rest defense, and also just in case we lose the ball, so you are able to win it back quickly. So I think that hasn't happened. We were too stretched sometimes, giving the ball away too early, and conceding too much space and too much distances. So if that happens, obviously they are good running. They have people who are really good also in those transitions, and yeah, a lot of emotions in terms of ups and downs, kind of broken game. And when you have that type of game, it's like when you flip a coin, you don't know what's going to happen. So obviously we want to have a little bit more control, knowing that obviously the opponent also plays. But yeah, we weren't expecting this type of game on us. So again, I think we need to review that and try to be a little bit better on the ball, not conceding those transitions.
Obviously, at halftime, you brought Trinity in and changed from the back three to the back four. Was it as simple as to get her on the field with Cantore and Bethune and Santos and Monday that you have to go to back four, or was there something you saw in the first half that needed to change?
No, I had it in mind before because we wanted to be more aggressive, especially outside. So sometimes now we were playing with two wingbacks, if we can call it like that, Gabby, Kate, and they are outside backs. So we wanted to be a little bit more aggressive with one wingback as a wing, in this case Trin, and be more aggressive, especially outside, because I think today we were creating advantages outside because outside backs, they were doubting if to jump, and sometimes they were jumping a little bit late. So we could have maybe be a little bit more dangerous with Gabby and Kate. And that was the reason. So to have more threats, also not just with the two forwards, also outside.
Buenas noches, Adrián. Quiero preguntar, esta semana que viene va a ser una semana algo larga para el equipo, considerando que juegan partido de CONCACAF en El Salvador y que van a jugar en San Francisco después el fin de semana. ¿Cómo se están preparando ustedes mentalmente para ese reto, y también cómo uno prepara mentalmente a las jugadoras para afrontar ese tipo de viajes?
Bueno, es algo nuevo para todas. Al final es una situación distinta. No estamos acostumbradas a jugar dos partidos en una semana, pero bueno, lo tenemos como un reto. Al final, por suerte, tenemos una disponibilidad alta de jugadoras. Pues evidentemente tenemos que ser inteligentes dando rotación también y dando minutos a jugadoras que a lo mejor no han estado tanto participando en las últimas semanas. Y a partir de ahí, pues intentar recuperar lo mejor posible, estar juntas e intentar hacerlo lo mejor posible. Nosotros afrontamos la competición con muchísimo respeto y con la intención de ganar cada partido. Eso es al final nuestra identidad. Y bueno, va a ser una semana larga, pero estamos bien preparadas y con ganas de afrontarla.
¿Qué impresiones te deja el debut de Sofia Cantore, especialmente que anotó un golazo?
Bueno, debutó la semana pasada. Sí. Bien, la verdad que contento por ella, porque al final, bueno, es una jugadora que nos va, yo creo que aportar mucho, muy versátil, tiene la capacidad de atacar muy bien la espalda de las centrales, tiene gol, ya lo hemos visto, tiene yo creo que un golpeo muy bueno y luego también pues muchísimo trabajo a nivel defensivo. Entonces, bueno, queremos ser pacientes con ella porque evidentemente se tiene que adaptar al ritmo de la competición. A nivel físico la liga exige muchísimo y viene también de una competición donde ha jugado muchísimo, ¿no? Con Italia. Y bueno, estamos intentando poco a poco que se vaya adaptando, conociendo a las compañeras, adaptándose también al ritmo de la liga y bien, la verdad que muy contento por ella.
Gracias.
Hola Adrián, Beatriz Aguirre para SBL Sports. El partido de esta noche, un juego muy complicado, un autogol y un penal en contra. pero el partido se salva al minuto 90 más 10. ¿Cómo está el equipo en este momento después de esta noche, de este juego, tras el empate?
Pues bien, la verdad, al final, como comentaba antes, un partido donde yo creo que ha habido muchísimas transiciones, muchísimas emociones. Creo que es positivo y es algo que siempre remarco, que el equipo pelea hasta el final, nunca nos damos por vencidas y bueno, es algo, una seña de identidad que el equipo hasta el final siempre está intentando pues remontar en este caso, marcar y lo estamos consiguiendo. Es cierto que nos gustaría cerrar los partidos un poquito antes. Cada semana estamos teniendo también ocasiones al principio, los primeros 10 minutos o 15 para marcar. Hoy hemos vuelto a tener yo creo que una clara con Croy, un palo. Y eso te hace cambiar el partido. Al final, creo que un buen aprendizaje hoy para sobre todo intentar tener un poquito más de control de lo que nosotros queremos o cómo queremos jugar. Sabemos que cuando los partidos están tan rotos como hoy, pues es un 50-50, ¿no? Hay muchísimas idas y venidas, puede pasar cualquier cosa y al final no queremos ese tipo de partidos porque creemos que facilita también al rival y a intentar aprender y nada, afrontar. Por suerte tenemos un partido el martes, no hay mucho tiempo que pensar, hay que preparar el siguiente y a partir de ahí luego preparar el siguiente en B.
Muchas gracias.
Go to Andre in the front.
Hey, Adrián. Thanks for speaking with us. When we were talking to Croy earlier, she said that the formation change made it a little bit more difficult in the back four to find the pockets, players in the pockets. Do you agree with her assessment in that? And also, what can you kind of do to kind of work on making sure that if you do switch between formations, you don't lose that critical space?
Yeah, we switched the formation, but the intention was to have the same shape attacking because was trying to build up with three, with Gabi going a little bit higher. And yeah, I need to watch it again, but I think today having Lacey, playing in both heights, sometimes he was in base, helping Hal, so we were missing that pocket. We had just Croy there. The intention also was occupying that also with one forward, and sometimes we couldn't find it. And I think when we were having those four players inside, Hal, Lacey, Croy, plus maybe one forward, I think we could have been like more dangerous, to be honest. So because at the end of the day they were playing just with Flynn inside sometimes and creating doubts on her having two players in each side. So I think was something that we wanted. But yeah, I don't think it's because of the formation. I think also Gabi was a little bit maybe, fatigued maybe, or she wasn't going, high enough to create that build-up with three. But yeah, again, I think it's something that we need to review. I feel that also we were playing sometimes too much finding the forwards to vertical, which is something that obviously give us a lot because when we provoke those situations, forcing the outside backs jumping, then you have the advantage in front. But I think we need to improve a little bit also finding those pockets and finding base and try to combine that with the other attack.
Thank you. And I guess the game overall, it is a frustrating 2-2, but it's kind of a soft penalty and a deflection, so it's not like you conceded a lot. But the Bear did fight back, and one thing that we've talked about a lot is Rose Kawasi scoring goals. And she finally got one, and it was a terrific celebration. So what does it kind of mean for her being able to see the ball go in the back of the net, but particularly in a moment like that?
Yeah, something really positive. We know that she's been trying for a long time, and that's something really positive for her and also for the team. So we want to improve also and being, very dynamic and having players who can score. That's something that I feel like we had in the past. We could score in a different ways with many players, and we are trying to empower them also to have that. And yeah, I'm happy for her, obviously. And yeah, again, we need to find different ways to attack and also different players to score goals.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
one. Take two more.
Adrián, I did want to ask, I think we talked about this on Thursday as well, just the challenge of this next week, particularly with travel. Tonight being as humid as it was, as physical, as demanding as it was to play against Louisville. How, at this point at least, how much rotation do you think you're going to have to be dealing with given the challenges of not just going to El Salvador, but then going to the West Coast on top of that?
Yeah, we have a deep squad roster, obviously, so that's something positive, and we need to use all players. And that's something that we've been working because at the end of the day, I think I told that before, we cannot compete with 11, 12, 13 players. So that's why we need to be ready to compete any game and try to give also chances to play who maybe haven't had those minutes or last weeks, and try to prepare as better as possible the next game and the next two games. Knowing that it's going to be a long week with a lot of travels, we need to be also very accurate with the recovery piece, and yeah, I think we will be fine. The team is ready, and yeah, we need to face a new challenge, but I feel positive. Yeah.
In general, we talked about the emotions early in the game. It seemed like Louisville was very good at bringing out some strong emotions in this game. How do you think the team did in sort of shrugging off some of those where maybe the call didn't go their way or the challenge went unpunished or things like that? How do you think that they did tonight in terms of just navigating that particular challenge?
Louisville or us? You mean us? I think we were, like playing the type of game that they wanted, to be honest. So we didn't want that, obviously. So getting, again, those transitional games, it's like a lot of starts, stops with huge distances, with lots of ups and downs. And yeah, they feel comfortable playing like that. I told that they don't need maybe long possessions to get into the box. They have players who maybe in 2-3 passes is enough to get, finding Sears or finding maybe Di Mello inside. So playing, if they win the second balls, maybe in 2-3 passes they can put balls behind. We know that, and I think the key today was be very aware on that, winning the second balls and trying to stop also those counterattacks. But again, when you are that stretched, that spread out, it's more difficult. And I think that's something that we need to watch, we need to review, because we don't want to concede those spaces because it's easier for the opponent to run. And obviously, that type of game helped them to be successful.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely had more control in the first half, and just having bodies in positions more forward, I think helped us maintain a little more possession up there. I think we could have been calmer in moments still in the first half, keeping possession in their half, not in our half. But yeah, I think it's honestly just having that security of numbers forward that you can play the ball forward to. They're going to keep it up there, and they're going to make something happen. I think we got a little disorganized in the second half, and I don't know if that's because we were tired or just the nature of the game. They're a very direct team. So yeah, I think we definitely got a little more disorganized. Even though we had bodies back there, it felt like we weren't as organized. Yeah.
Kind of to the point of their being direct, it was also a lot of physical play.
Yeah.
It seemed like a lot of emotion in the game throughout because of that. How do you think the group did sort of navigating that side of the game where, maybe Louisville as a road team knows that if they can get under your skin a little bit, it's to their benefit?
Yeah, I think that definitely came into play more so once again the second half when people are getting tired, bodies are just flying and colliding and stuff like that. Energy gets high, and then calls might not necessarily go our way. So honestly, in moments like that, we just kind of have to keep a cool head. And I mean, it was hard because those moments kind of dictate a game sometimes, and the end. But yeah, I don't know what to say. It's tough. It was physical, and that's what they're good at, and they use that to their advantage, and that's cool. But I think we could manage it a little better, especially towards the end of the game when we're giving up free kicks and stuff like that in our half.
Hi, Hal. Thanks for your time. First of all, I'm curious about just thinking about the moment that we're in D.C. this week. It seemed like there was a lot of emotion in the supporter section, in the crowd. How much did it mean to you to be playing for Washington, for D.C. This week with everything going on?
I mean, it means the world to me every weekend to play, not every weekend, every home game, just to play in front of the city. I mean, they come out and support us every time we have a home game, without a doubt. I mean, we have an amazing attendance record here, and they seriously give us so much energy. I mean, even tying the game up, I know meant, the world to them out there. I mean, the noise, it just, erupted, and it just means the world to play in front of a stadium and a crowd that is that passionate about what they're watching, and it just means a lot. Yeah.
And then related to that, how much do you feel like doing this very often? I feel like this is at least the third game tying or game winning goal. How much do you feel like that, shapes who you guys are as a team, how you play late in games?
Yeah, I think it just goes to show that we are resilient, we're persistent, we'll keep fighting until the end. I mean, you saw it in our playoff games, all throughout last year when we were hosting at home. So, I mean, would I like them to be like that every time? Absolutely not, but I'd like to have an early lead. But that doesn't always happen, and I'm happy Rose was able to get it in the back of the net today.
Thanks for speaking with us, Al. First off, dig the shirt.
Thanks. Yeah.
I want to ask, given that the week coming up is going to be a quick turnaround where you are both traveling to El Salvador and then to San Francisco, how is the team mentally preparing for all that travel?
Yeah, so we've had some pretty hard weeks in the past before. I think last year we had this 3-city road trip. It was I want to say Chicago, Portland, and Louisville, all in a row. So I feel that moment, most of our group is from last year, and I feel that's going to definitely help us out in this situation. I thought that was bad, but then seeing that I'm literally going from El Salvador to San Francisco is kind of crazy, but it's okay. We love a little adventure. But yeah, I think it'll be great. I think it just our team, there's so much talent on the team. I think anyone's going to be asked to step up in both those games. I think it's going to be awesome because I mean it's unrealistic to expect all the same 11 to be playing 90 minutes every single game. So I think it'll be good for us to I think we're fully capable of it with the players that we have, and yeah, if anyone needs to step up to the plate, I have full confidence in us.
The other question I have is, what were your impressions of Rose Kawasi's tying goal?
Oh, it was so great. I mean, the fact that she just fought back and won it, and then she scored that banger. I mean, it was amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go to the back.
Hi, thank you for your time. About the second goal, around the minute 90 plus 10, it was a special celebration. How was the team feeling right on that time?
How was the team feeling, you said?
Yes, how was the team feeling right when...
Oh my God. I mean, I was all of us were screaming, and she ran over and jumped on the group, and then all of us were I remember looking at Esme, and I was like, wait a second, we need to score another goal. We have a little time left. So it was yeah, it was just such a special moment. I mean, she's been knocking at the door for a while, so it's just great to I mean, it was a beautiful goal. And we were all ecstatic for her, and we all love Rose. She's so funny. So, I mean, so well deserved, and yeah, she's been working hard for it.
All right, thank you.
Anything else for Andre?
Thanks for speaking with us. The game tying goal at the end was awesome, but also Sofia Cantore had her first start and scored an absolutely ridiculous goal. What was your perspective on the goal, but then also her and how she's fitting in and then doing that in her first start?
Yeah, I mean, she's fitting in great.
Speaking of
oh, she's right there. I'm literally talking about you, and then you're going to walk in. Well, now I feel shy. I was literally, they were asking me how you're fitting in, and then you walked in. She's fitting in great. She's been so good for the group, and she's just all around really smart player. And I mean, that was a banger first goal. That was awesome. So yeah, that was really exciting to watch that in her first start too. That's sick. So yeah, it's just the start. Just only the beginning.
There it is. Set the bar kind of high.
Yeah, right?
Also wanted to ask, it was a tough game, and I know perspective, it can be a little bit difficult. Obviously, you got a point from the game, but Louisville's goals came from a pretty soft penalty and a deflected goal. So obviously you have to fight back from that. But if you're looking at the game overall, does that give you a little bit more confidence that actually you did have more control in the game than it maybe felt?
For sure. Like, looking back at the goals, it's kind of like, okay, like these two unfortunate moments happen, but that's manageable. I think that the way we played in the second half, though, I'm not very happy about that. But how we did in the first half and then looking at the goals that were scored against us, I'm like, okay, like we can learn something from this for sure. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything else for Hal before we let her go? All right, Hal. Thank you.
Yeah,
Very
of
good.
course. Thanks, yeah, thanks. Best of luck, soldier.
Okay.
Good job.
Questions
job.
for Sofia after her first start at Audi?
I'll do the basic one. First started Audi, a banger of a goal. Can you explain it to us? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm very happy for the goal. Yeah, I didn't celebrate a lot because I was tired. But no, I was happy, and I was happy also for the first game at home. Then I think we deserve more, so I'm not so happy for the draw. But here I understood that every game it's tough, so you cannot say who is gonna win. So that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, we'll go this way.
Hi, Sofia. Thanks for speaking with us. Congratulations on the goal.
Thank you.
I was wondering, you found a lot of space, and it was maybe the first or second time in the first half that you were able to find that space.
Yeah.
How were you able to find that space in that moment, and then where could it have been, those opportunities have been, if you had maybe had a little more time in the game to find those openings?
I think I'm trying to understand the way we play as a team, but also the way we play here soccer. So yeah, I tried also a shot before, and then I think Monday recovered a ball, so I had space because the defender was going down. So I decided to shoot because I don't know, I had a lot of space, but I tried, of course, and I think it was good. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to understand the spaces and the timing to doing things to do the best choice for the team. So yeah, I think I need maybe time, but I'm happy for today for the goal.
Whenever players come from Europe to NWSL, there's always talk about the league being fast and physical and full of transition moments. Louisville is maybe the most fast, physical, transitional. How did you feel sort of adapting to that side of things against a team that kind of specializes in playing that way?
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I think the intensity was very high, and as I said, I was tired, but it's kind of I mean, it's normal, so I have to get used to it, and yeah, I hope I will as fast as possible. Yeah, I knew it from European players because some people told me that the intensity here was very high, and I can understand now what they said. So yeah, I think I will get used to this kind of like play. Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go. Pass it.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi.
Thank you for taking the time. You mentioned having space for taking the shot that led to your goal. I'm just curious about how much that is a part of your style of play. Is that something that we see that we should expect regularly from you, to be taking shots from a way out and connecting on goals like that? Like how much is that style, or is a shot like that a part of your style of play?
Not like from this distance, I don't know. I don't usually try, but I think it's kind of because the defenders were like going down a lot. So the option were to, or I continue to drive the ball, or maybe I try the shot. And you know, when you try, it can be okay. It can't be. So I was like, this was okay. But usually I don't try as with this long distance. But it depends on what the defense does.
And how then does that compare to the other goals that you've scored, in Europe for club or country? Is this one of your favorite or one of the better goals that you've scored?
I don't know. I think I have to watch again. I mean, I don't remember where I was, and I think I have to watch it again. But I don't know. Maybe it's one of my best goal because of the distance, the huge distance. But yeah.